practice personal hygiene. The washing of hands is a developing thing. We understand that about 7 Nigerians are in critical condition in China as a result of the flu. So I'm told to tell our people that they should please practice personal hygiene so this doesn't get here, or if it gets here, it goes away.
Olateju also said a new strain of deadly flu has been found in China. Hence, people are advised to practice personal hygiene and washing of hands regularly. The Ondo State government would continue to partner with any group that would invest in the development of the state and its people. The State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Mr. Femi Agagu, restated government's commitment while commissioning projects in commemoration of the 70th anniversary of Oyemekun Grammar School in Akure. Osrc reporter Zimo Ebiemi covered the event, and the report is presented from our studios.
An epoch-making day for students and alumni of Oyemekun Grammar School, Akure, as it marks 70 years of existence. The president of the Old Students Association, Dr. Niyi Ijogun, emphasized the role of alumni in development of their alma mater. Dr. Ijogun said they would not relent efforts in driving development to the school.
We are feeling very excited that we are celebrating 70th anniversary of the Great School. And you know, it's not only called the Great School, it's the only school. The initiative is to give back to the school where I got the values from. That's the foundation, and that's the base. And the values that we learned from this school, the integrity, the honesty, and all, we have to really look back and give back to the school that made us.
The Ondo State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Mr. Femi Agagu, thereafter commissioned the administrative block project and other projects donated by the school's alumni as part of activities marking the 70th anniversary.
This has been a very major contribution to the development of infrastructure in this great school. The Oyemekun Grammar School has been great, and I'm very glad that the old students have resolved that the standard of this school will never go down, but rather for it to continue to increase. So they have my full support, and I'm sure that they have the full support of the government.
The principal of the school, Mr. Ogunleye Okeowo, and some of the students applauded the initiatives and contributions of the Old Students Association to the growth of the school.
I'm so happy that this type of things is taking place during my tenure. I want to appreciate the government for giving me the enabling environment to operate, and I equally want to thank the Alumni Association for what they have been doing and what they will continue to do.
The projects are very fantastic. They do it very well. It's just a very big thanks to them because they have made Oyemekun Grammar School the best school in Ondo State by renovating and reconstructing the classrooms and building a new block for the principal in which we can all see over there.
In a lecture titled Rebuilding the Broken Walls of Education, Professor Adigun Fagbon said the developmental efforts of the Old Students Association must be sustained for accelerated development of the school.
The institution must be ready to embrace the alumni. That is when the alumni will be able to work on it. The alumni also must recognize the fact that if they don't incentivize their members will rally around them.
The week-long event continues with career talk, award presentation and football match, among others.
Hundreds of houses and property worth millions of naira have been lost in some communities in Ondo State to the first rain of 2023. The rain, which did not last an hour on Tuesday evening, came with heavy wind destroying properties, including electricity poles. Osrc's reporter Moriola Obeji, who visited communities affected by the disaster, now reports.
Residents of Ondo State have lamented the hot weather experienced in the last few days amid acute scarcity of petrol currently being sold for 350 naira and 400 naira per litre. The early year blessing, however, turned out to be a source of sorrow to residents of Ikpogun, Aladodo, Shasha Market, Ondo Road, and Iwoye Road in Olokuta community, as over 350 houses and shops were blown off by the windy storm that accompanied the rain. In Ikpogun community, nearly all the houses were affected, including the only government grammar school, Ayo, and basic health center, churches, and electric poles.
A number of buildings were affected. One, the hall, and we need the hall for the work exams. And a classroom. In fact, some classrooms were affected, and it's affecting teaching and learning.
An octogenarian, Mr. Omoyemi Onin, who is a petty trader, is now homeless. The Akapogun of Ikpogun, Oba Raphael Ojo, said most of the victims affected are low-income earners who cannot afford the extent of the damage done.
I was in my room here when I started hearing loud voices, crying. The only grace we had was that there is no life that lost. I am begging the government to come to their aid. And not only government even, the people of Ikpogun that has a little bit to come to the aid of these people, they are wretched.
Shasha Market and Iwoye Road, Olokuta, all in Ondo Road, were not left out, with almost 250 lock-up shops affected. Residents and victims of the rainstorms are pleading with government and relevant agencies to assist them.
But I am fucking my listening.
This
is why they make that livelihood. And most of them are average people. Most of them want to borrow money from different agencies, finance houses to put up this place.
We are trying to arrange the zinc that go across the main road in order not to block the road. We are trying to go around and see if there's nothing like salt, like all these soup ingredients that are under the roofing that may no waste. So we bring them out to put inside some so that after it may be dry.
At the Barakulata, not Nkotoshimu, and we lay to Shimu, we waste. Kidney that we need, practically Joba, for
Residents of Aladodo community, while recounting their losses, also appealed for government's assistance. As at the time of filing this report, victims are still counting their losses and hopeful of government's aid. Omoniola Hungbiji, Osrc News.
And that was a sad one there. We'll take a quick commercial break now. When we return, we'll serve you more stories. Please stay with us.
A peak protein breakfast gets you to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes to his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. Because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a peak protein breakfast. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Welcome back from that break. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.com osrc.ng, or follow us on our Facebook, OSRC TV Ondo, or on our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our channel, OSRC TV Ondo. And now to the rest of the bulletin. The Ministry of Transportation has inaugurated a project steering committee for the proposed Ondo Deep Sea and Benin River ports. Instituting a steering committee for the proposed project is in furtherance of the federal government's effort to decongest the western ports as well as optimize the contributions of the maritime sector to the country's economy. Speaking at the inauguration, the permanent secretary in the ministry, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, said the terms of reference for the committee include guidance and direction on the project and facilitate necessary permits, clearance and approvals for the project. She said it will also be the responsibility of the committee to prepare the transaction for the ministry to obtain Federal Executive Council's approval. Members of the steering committee include the Managing Director of the Nigerian Ports Authority, representatives of the Federal Ministry of Finance and Justice, National Inland Waterways, Nigerian Shippers Council, Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, among others. The federal government has constituted a 14-man committee to find a lasting solution to the disruptions in the supply and distribution of petroleum products. The federal government announced this during a meeting with operators in the midstream and downstream oil sector as part of measures towards developing strategic